What's going on, guys? This is Ed Reviews here for another audio editorial. Today I am going to, or this evening I am going to be talking about season 1 of Dickinson, the new show on Apple TV Plus, the subscription service they launched about, I think it's been a week and a half ago, because today is, oh shit, I don't even know what day it is. It's like 11:30 at night. I just finished the last 5 episodes. I was watching it. I got through the first 5, took like a half a week off from watching it just to let it stew, and then I just finished these last 5 because it's that good. And I just wanted to kind of do an audio editorial, quick thoughts-esque kind of a jumbledness. It's very late, so I'm sorry if this is a little bit like rambly. So yeah, Dickinson, big shock, is about the life of Emily Dickinson. Yeah, I had the only reason that this show was even remotely in my line of sight was because it stars Hailee Steinfeld and Ella Hunt. And some of you who know me personally will know Hailee Steinfeld is one of my, if not my absolute favorite actress. I don't really love her singing as much, but her acting is something. I have loved her since her breakout role in True Grit in 2010. I think she's an absolutely brilliant actress, and I'm always excited to see when she acts. She doesn't do it that often, so I was excited for that. And then, of course, Ella Hunt, as you may or may not know if you're fans of the channel, it was in Anna and the Apocalypse. She got my 2018 Actress of the Year. And yeah, I love Ella Hunt. She's obviously more of an up-and-comer, not as an established commodity like Hailee Steinfeld. But I was interested in the fact of more seeing the two of them together than seeing the story of Emily Dickinson. I know nothing about Emily Dickinson. I've never read her poetry. I pretty much knew nothing. And the thing was, I will freely admit, originally I wasn't going to watch this show. Yeah, I didn't know that I was going to end up watching the show until I found out, thanks to Hailee Steinfeld's promoting it, that people who have an Apple Music student subscription like myself got Apple TV Plus included for no extra cost. So I'm paying for those two services together. I wasn't going to pay to watch it if I just had to watch it. But when I found out that I could just watch it, I said, you know what, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to watch this. And I had concerns. My biggest thing was, going into the show, I could tell that they were modernizing her, if that makes any sense. It's this certain style that certain shows, certain movies use, where they take an 18th to 17th or 17th century person, and it's set in that time period, but they try and modernize everything from the dialogue to the mainly the dialogue, but they also have like pop music and rap music playing in it. And the thing about this is, again, without knowing that much about Emily Dickinson's life, I just thought it was going to be another one of just a run-of-the-mill, oh, she was this, like, dope, ahead of her time woman, and we want to make sure we show how dope she is. And I just wasn't that interested in that before we went into it. And coming out of this first season, and I know there is a second season because I saw Hailee Steinfeld confirming that Apple greenlit the second season before the first was even out, which shows how much Apple believes in these people, which I firmly believe that they should believe in everyone involved in this project. It is that good. I I don't know exactly what it is that specifically works about it, but it just does. It is just it's a show about Emily Dickinson's life. It doesn't follow any one particular day or one particular event, because from what I understand, no one really knows what she was like. Her father famously kind of, from what I understand, is he was very overprotective and kind of kept her just kind of stuck up in a room in the house, so on and so forth. But it follows her brother Austin Dickinson, her brother something 18th century-ish name, I don't remember, and her mother, played by Jane Krakowski, and the father in their house. She wants to learn and be a poet, and obviously, because it's the 1800s, nobody thinks she can, or nobody wants her to, all that stuff. I don't want to say I don't want to underplay, like, it's not necessarily cliche, but it follows the beats of these kind of stories of, like, she wants to be more. But where it really works is the artistry in how it shows Emily Dickinson, how it shows how she looked at the world, how it shows just her poetry in motion. Like, every episode is titled is named after one of her poems, and throughout the events happening, like, as you can see, she's processing what she's doing into what she's thinking into the poems. They have this really nice, like, Hailee Steinfeld narrates the poem, and you see it, like, being written in this really cool After Effects special effect that I really liked. I'm not explaining it well, but it just works. That's very artistic, and and the other thing that I really enjoyed just about the artistry of the story was a reoccurring theme in a lot of Emily Dickinson's poems, at least as far as I understand, and what this showed me in the show, was death. I think in one of her poems it says she wrote that she had a personal relationship with death. And before this show came out, I found out that death was going to be played by Wiz Khalifa. Rapper Wiz Khalifa was going to play death. Now, I'll admit, I was kind of closed-minded and thinking, like, what the hell? How is Wiz Khalifa going to play death? I was worried that they were going to be too over-reliant on him, and, like, it was going to be just... I was worried... I can't explain exactly what my concern was, other than I was worried that it was going to be too abstract and used too much. Without giving too much away, he is only used 3 times in the entire 10 episodes of season 1. He is briefly in the show. He only has 3 scenes, and he's acting opposite Hailee Steinfeld. And what I thought was going to be one of the worst aspects of the show ended up being one of its strongest points. Just the scenes with death are really interesting, and really just kind of show how it's actually a really good way of showing just how someone wrestles with the reality of death. Not so much even Emily Dickinson, just people. In one episode, I guess kind of spoilers for episode 9, I think it was, Emily has fallen in love with her father's law clerk, and he's came down with, I believe they end up saying it was tuberculosis, and he's dying. And just as she's taking him, she has one of her dates with death, as I think is explained in the show. And these just kind of happen, and she goes, and they're in this horse and buggy together, horse-drawn carriage together, and those are all the scenes with death are like that. But this one in particular really worked because she's trying to bargain with death and be like, no, I'll give you what you want. What she thinks he wants is like a sexual relationship with her, but he's like, and I'm not doing the dialogue any justice the way I'm explaining it, but he basically goes, you don't get this. Right now, you're not relevant. You think you can bargain with me now? Who the F are you? I'm deaf. Nobody bargains with me. That is the crux of the scene, but it's just the way it's done, and actually the way Wiz Khalifa is acting, it just works. It really works, and definitely the artistry is really what I think holds the show together, is the artistry of in each episode and how they show Emily Dickinson looking at the world. And I guess I'll close this rambling mess by saying what should be probably obvious given what you heard about my opinions on these two actresses. Hailee Steinfeld and Ella Hunt are absolutely brilliant. Hailee Steinfeld, as always, knocks it out of the park. I have not seen a movie that Hailee Steinfeld has been in where I didn't think she absolutely crushed it, and this is no exception. She is absolutely phenomenal. And Ella Hunt, as someone who, I don't want to say discovered her, because I didn't discover her, but just recently discovered her and saw she was kind of an indie actress. Seeing her getting to act with such a, in my opinion, heavyweight, brilliant actress like Hailee Steinfeld, I'm so happy for her because she absolutely brought it in this role. She plays Sue, a friend of Emily's that might be a lover or not. I'm sure you'll get a spoil at this point. They're very much interested, but the brother is also interested in Sue. And I don't want to give too much away about the specifics. I definitely recommend you watch the show, but Ella is absolutely brilliant. Hailee is brilliant. The two of them together, the scenes they share are mind-blowing how good they are. And also for you Anna and the Apocalypse fans, in season 1, episode 8, it's a Christmas time episode, Ella sings. It just brought me so much joy because I love her singing voice. I won't say what context it is in, but Ella sings. And yeah, that should make you Anna and the Apocalypse fans very happy because she is a phenomenal singer. And anybody who is just discovering Ella Hunt for the first time, she has a beautiful singing voice, and it definitely shows in this. So I guess I'll wrap it up with just the artistry and the acting are what pull this show. That when I've talked about the show with people, I've said it's a collection of things that I don't think really should work. I thought when you look at what the show might be, you might think, oh, it's just some cheesy, like I said, woman ahead of her times kind of a story, but it's so much more in that it tells the story in such a good, interesting way. If you have Apple TV Plus, check this out. If you just want to get the 7-day subscription and binge all 10 episodes, it's very easy to do. You won't want to stop. I definitely recommend this. I'm going to go, I guess, this is my initial thoughts, just processing it, 4.5 to 5 out of 5. I'm not really sure. I'll go, you know what? I'll go 5 out of 5. This was probably a rambly mess. Like I said, it's very late, but just to go reiterate, artistry, Hailee Steinfeld, Ella Hunt. Reasons I love it. Go check this out, and I think that is going to just about do it. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening, and I will see you guys later.